Alright, hello everybody, my name is Andre and today I am going to be unboxing and installing this Packtalk Neo in this, my brand new LS2 Advant X Carbon helmet. So, let's put this aside for now. Let's open up the box. So, why did I pick up this Advant X Carbon helmet? The reason for that is that I really like the flip back style of helmet. I really like the ability to have a motorcycle helmet where the entire chin bar goes right to the back of it. So I've opened this box before, but this is everything that came in the box and exactly how it was. You have this dark visor. It does not have a pin lock pre-installed on the dark visor, but the dark visor comes as an accessory. And then you have the entire helmet in this really awesome backpack. Now this backpack I definitely would use in addition to everything else, in addition to this helmet, for any other helmet that I might have in the future or might already have. And I would definitely look at this backpack and use it for travel, for example. It's always a problem when you are traveling with your motorcycle gear, when you're on a flight, and this backpack is excellent to take with you. So it's a very light backpack. You definitely need to kind of be careful about this helmet. You don't want to bump this backpack too much, but it does have some protection. It has a reflective strip here. It has a pocket where you can put maybe some light summer gloves, something like that, but mostly papers. Maybe actually a spare visor would go in here quite well, or a pin lock. And then opening up this. So this helmet bag came also with the helmet. So this is an expensive helmet. It comes with a lot of good accessories. This helmet cost me 450 euros or so. Around 450, 60, 70 euros, something like that, at a local retail store. So this is the helmet bag. Opening it up, helmet comes out. This is the helmet. Let's get the wrapping paper off of it. So, this is the helmet itself. Advant X Carbon, in this case in size 2XL. And the thing that I really like about it is that it does this. So the entire chin bar goes back. You have what is essentially an open helmet. You have a visor, tinted visor coming down here, or a sunshade inside, built-in sunshade. Then you have the visor itself that comes down. Oh, and by the way, inside the box was also a pin lock. This is a pin lock for the clear visor, pin lock insert. It comes in the box along with this helmet. So you have the choice of a tinted visor and this clear visor. Both of them, I believe, have these inserts. Yep. Dark visor also has a pin lock pin. So you can put your pin lock onto the other visor as well. This is the helmet that I will be working with. So you can drop down the visor like this, and then it will be working as a jet helmet. So it is fully homologated as a jet helmet. So you can actually legally ride with the chin bar on the back right now. So I have another one of these helmets that I've been riding with for about 3 years. Not an LS2, but I had a Scorpion Exotech. which was pretty good, a first generation Scorpion Exotech. And I am very happy with my Exotech. So when I got the opportunity to get a new helmet, this is significantly lighter than my Exotech. This feels massively, massively lighter on my head than the old Scorpion. So there's another thing here that says remove before use. Let's see. So you need to put this up. Please remove before use. Yep, I will do that. Get rid of that. And so this is the helmet. There's also some papers and so on. Right, setting the helmet aside for now, I also got this Packtalk Neo. Got this as a birthday gift, so thank you very much to my friends who gave it to me as for my birthday. So, opening the box. It's a box like this. I have already opened this box, so I will not say that it necessarily was in this exact order, but there's a magnetic box. There's the unit, the main unit. So this is the Neo unit. The main difference between this and the Edge is that this has a single USB-C that needs to be connected when you put it on your helmet. So with the Edge and also with the Cardo Spirit that I have on my old helmet, the non-mesh, just kind of 1-2 person unit, they just click in, or in the case of the Edge, just magnetically click into the unit, and they have pins, or into the helmet holder, and they have pins on the back that will connect them, and so they come out of the helmet very easily. And they also have the separate USB, so you can charge them while you are riding. This Neo, it has all the mesh functionality that you want, but the microphone and the helmet kind of head unit, the speakers, they connect directly into here. So if you are taking this off of your helmet to charge it, you need to manually disconnect the connection down here. So that is the difference. That is why this is cheaper than the other one. It is a bit of a trade-off, but I think it is one that I can live with. So here is the rest of the stuff. So as you can see, this is the connection. So it goes like this. So your unit is sitting on your helmet in the connector here, or in the holder. So this holder sits on your helmet. And then you, let's see, click it in here from the back, and then click it in from the front. There's a little tab here that you pull to connect and disconnect. And then this is permanently mounted into your helmet, and you connect it like this. So every time you take this unit on and off, you connect it like this. That is the payoff, or the trade-off. So you have this starting sheet, 30-day trial for Cardo's own kind of tracking app. It's not bad. That's the manual, some stickers if you want to put a sticker on your bike. I tend not to. Then what else do we have here? So we have the Velcro patches. These Velcro patches glue inside of your helmet, and the connectors, the ear pods go onto these patches and connect to them. There is a USB-C cable. Inside this bag of patches, the other things you have here in this bag. So 2 of these Velcro patches. Oh, these don't even glue on here. They, I guess, this part of the Velcro will connect to the helmet, will kind of grab onto the helmet lining, and then this is a spacer for you to put the ear pods onto. Does this come across? No, these are sewn together. This is the connector for the microphone. So if you have a fixed helmet, full face closed helmet, then this is the microphone that you would put immediately in your chin bar in front of your mouth. Then this connects to this connector on here, like that. This connector, on the other hand, is a 3.5 millimeter connector, which is pretty cool, because what that means is that inside your earpods, so these earpods have an absolute standard 3.5 millimeter connector on them, which means that you can connect them to this entire unit and have your mesh, communication, Bluetooth, everything else, or you can connect them to, I don't know, something like an old iPod that you might have, or whatever device you might have with a 3.5 millimeter output, and you can just listen to your music without worrying about the battery, without worrying about anything. This will not give you a microphone, but it will give you the ability to listen to your music without any other of this stuff. So here are your speakers. They have a JBL logo, sound by JBL. They are fairly large speakers. Set them aside. This is the boom mic. This is what I will be using on my flip back helmet. This is what you do on your modular helmet. So this Velcro bit here goes kind of into the side of the helmet. This part slides up and down. It is adjustable. So between these two, these go on the inside of the side of your helmet. And this flexible bit goes in front of your mouth. And then it stays there whether the chin bar is open or closed. You have this foam tip on it. I will say that on my Cardo Spirit, I have definitely lost this. So this foam topper is a bit of a wear item. I would love to see a dead cat kind of attachment on here. I'm sure there are dead cat covers that are available. I don't have one. I'm sure they're on the market. If you know of any, I don't know, leave a comment, I guess. And also on this boom mic, you have the arrow, which tells you which way to point the boom mic. So basically this arrow should be towards your mouth, because on the other end of it, I don't think that the microphone is that unidirectional. If I take off this cover, yeah, on the side without the arrow, you have a sticker. On the side with the arrow, that's where you're going to have your kind of your microphone opening. So that's in here. You've got these little pads that connect on here. So these work as spacers. So if you want these microphones or these earpods, these speakers to sit proud compared to where the bottom of your wells for them is, you can use these. You don't have to. This Velcro will just grab onto the lining as well if you want them to be deeper in. Yeah, so these two, fixed mic. And also inside this original box, or this previous bag, there is the glue-on holder for this thing. So the thing about modular helmets, and flip back helmets in particular, is that you need to be, let me get that off of here. How do I... What is the most convenient way to get this unit off of here? So disconnect this. So it should be able to, yeah, pull like this. So it takes a decent amount of force to pull this out. So the holder, there is going to be inside this bag the, let's say, non-destructive holder for this. So that means that for this holder, you slide it in like this. Yep. Yeah, so you slide it in like this, it clicks, and then you have your gripper here. I think maybe I needed to do it slightly differently to let it, yeah. Need to make sure that both of these go in here, yeah. And now this gripper will grip the side of your helmet. This is very good for full face helmets. that don't have a movable chin bar. Because this is non-destructive, you can slip this in between the shell of the helmet and the liner, and it will let you move this thing from one helmet to another very easily. But realistically, with a helmet like I have, I will need to use this glue-on bit, which does the same thing, but it sticks permanently to the side of your helmet. So that is almost everything that comes in this box. There's also some alcohol prep pads for where you're gluing things to your helmet, so to degrease your helmet. And then we have additional spacers here, additional glue-on bits. So these are the soft bits that I guess the Velcro can stick on. So if the inside of the lining of your helmet is not good enough to grip, or if you're gripping directly to the shell, then you glue this to the shell, then you put this spacer on there, and then you put the speaker on there as well. So that's how it goes. And there's also the square spacers, or square felt bits, and that is most likely for the fixed microphone. Let's see where it is. Yeah. Where's the fixed microphone here? There's the boom microphone. No. Well, wherever that is, I guess it maybe fell down. But yeah, this is where you would put. Ah, there we go. This is where you would put this. So you would glue this to the inside of your chin bar on your full face helmet. And then the microphone kind of sticks to it, and it has some freedom on the positions that it would stick to. You could probably also use them for this bit. So stick this to the inside of your helmet, and then this can stick to that as well. You can probably, I might actually cut this in half so that it sticks here pretty well, so that I have some good surface for this to grip. So this is everything that is in the box of the Packtalk Neo. Let's put all of that in here, back in here. USB-C, probably won't need that very much. All right, going to put that aside. Going to bring back the helmet, and I'm going to use the helmet bag as a soft surface to put my helmet on. All right, now this is the part that I have not done before. So let me see how I can disassemble this helmet to put the lining in. Okay, so there's snaps here. So a couple of snaps in there. On the other side, going to do the same thing. These straps, chin straps, come out. So these are snaps in here. So using a minimum amount of force, not a lot of force at all. I don't want to snap anything on here or break anything on here. Do the same on this side. Just a minimum amount of force. So I'm doing this all in real time. I'm sure there's much more professional reviewers out there who can do it in a more elegant way, but you are seeing me do this first time in real time. So this comes out. There are more, the center lining has more snaps at the back. By the way, this is a very comfy liner. There's no snaps on your forehead. So this comes out. This comes out fully. And let me see how I can get this neck roll out. One of the things about opening helmets, and especially flip back helmets, is that these neck rolls are much tighter than they are on full face helmets. And the advantage of that is that once you have the chin bar down, this actually has a much better seal around your neck, because you don't need to pull the shell of the helmet apart to get on top of your helmet. There we go. Not too much force. Just have to get it out a little bit. There we go. And this big neck roll is why the quietest helmets in the world, including the famous Schubert helmets that are supposed to be the quietest helmets in the world, are all modular opening helmets. So inside here, let's see. We have the speaker wells down here. Hopefully you can see. So they're right where the straps come in, and the kind of end of the strap will actually go around the speaker. And that will kind of keep the speaker in place a little bit better than it usually would. So let's start with the speakers, positioning the speakers. This is what will always need to be in here. So now let's see, which way do these go? So no matter wherever I end up gluing or using the holder, it will be on the left side of my helmet, because my right hand is the throttle hand, and if I'm doing something with my speaker or with my Bluetooth, I need to use my non-throttle hand, so my left hand. So it's going to be on the left side of my helmet. So the short part of it is going to go on here, on the left side. So let's just do a dry fit, test fit. There we go. So this JBL speaker will fit in here actually really well. So there's Velcro on here, and there is felt on this lining. There is felt inside this lining, so they've already adopted for that. So I actually just have to put it in here. I don't need to use any of the extra bits at all. So I've got it angled out here like this. For the other one, I'm going to hide it below these snaps, so I don't need any of the spacers. So I'm going to put it in here, and actually with the wire facing the other way. I'm doing this in real time. Like I have installed speakers in a helmet before. I've installed my own Spirit speakers, but I have not touched this on this helmet. And so this is sized perfectly for the nicer kind of Cardo speakers, JBL speakers, whatever. So this is actually sized perfectly. I don't have to adjust anything, and they're really snug in there, and they feel like they're really solid in there. So the wires go around. Don't need any of that. That's it. So now we start by putting the headliner back. So the point here is that these wires should be flush along the inside of the helmet. There's no obvious groove for the wires themselves. There are grooves on the lining of this helmet, but these are for the airflow. So air comes in here, flows along these channels, kind of cools my head, and goes out the exhaust vents here, or down and back out here. So these will just, the way I have it envisioned is that these will sit just flush back there, below these or inside of these snaps. So these snaps will kind of make sure that the wires don't come sticking out. And I need to also make sure that this goes back. So these wires need to not impede here. So maybe I need to, this is actually fine. This is fine because this is going to go into the back here. Okay. Wait, let's see. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think that maybe these connectors, yes, these connectors can actually be inside the helmet. Yes, that is correct. So these connectors will be inside the helmet, and only this part will stick out. And yeah, so it will sit like this here, a little bit proud somewhere back here, maybe even inside this groove. Oh, it looks like this groove actually looks like there's this kind of loose piece of foam. It's not on the other side, so this is actually prepared for this. Okay, so this piece of foam comes out, and I think that is where something was meant to sit. So there is a standard kind of LS2 compatible native item that was going to that I could buy, a Bluetooth connector that is just made for this helmet, and then it would sit in here, I assume. But for now, looks like I can use this. So I'll remove the speaker, reorient it a little bit so that the wire points backwards. And it looks like all of these wires can go back there. So this will connect here. Right. So this will go in here, and this will go to the boom mic. Right, so this is this bit here with the foam shell of a bit of foam that came out. This is where I can hide all the wires. And is there actually a way for me to put the wire through the lining? No. It'll just have to sit here. But all the wires can go inside. So let's get the boom mic. Now I will just connect it like this. There's only one way these go together. They're slightly triangular. So I will use this felt liner. It goes a decent amount forward, but actually, yeah, so there is a bit of felt, if you can see around here, that I can connect all of this to, and it looks like it is meant to be here. Yeah, there we go. It definitely looks like it's meant to be here for this purpose exactly. If I slide this back a bit, this little bit, it also grabs onto the felt, and so here I have the boom mic showing exactly where it needs to be. All right, so that's going in lovely. That will go in here. So all of this, I think that this is like all of this stuff, this space for all the wires to go into. It wasn't even particularly necessary, but it's still pretty neat. Now, is this designed for the wire to go back here? I don't think so, because there isn't really a way for me to run the wire on the back. So I think this is just where the extras of the wire are going. All right, now then, there's the lining back. And I will start, let's see, let's pull this back. With this lining, I will start with these snaps on the back here to kind of center it. There we go. Nice positive snap. And these go in here. So these speakers. This bit of the lining snaps in the front. I'm It should. Okay, it snaps in here actually. Inside here, yeah. So the build quality on this LS2 is pretty good, and the design is pretty good. It kind of comes apart and goes back together very easily and in a very kind of confidence-inspiring way. Okay, so I have the center lining here. I have the, it's not impeding anything. Channel flows, airflows are still good. The wire is currently running across the top of my head. Let me put it in the back there. But actually, I think this is not going to matter too much. Right. Then the chin roll. So again, I start by locating it back here. So there's very specific, very clearly visible straps here. So I'll start here. On this side, there's bright white stripes, snaps in there that I can look at. Yep, there we go. Then here, I connect it to this white strap, snap. All right. Let's start with these in the back. Okay, let's do it the other way around actually. Let's start with the snaps here. This is actually interesting. As you can see, with these snaps, I need to get the wires to come out kind of through this bit here so that it doesn't impede on the plastics going inside. Right, there we go. I've got the first snap that's holding the boom mic in place on this end. Let me just go ahead and snap that in. Make sure that is holding. Go on. There we go. All right. The chin strap was impeding it, not letting it seat properly. There we go. Is that holding correctly? There's a snap back there. There we go. Now, this one. It's actually pretty tight in here, which I suppose is a good thing for a brand new helmet. It does snap in quite tightly. So on this side, we also snap that in. There we go. It's snapped in positively. Right. All right. Does that look correctly seated? Aha. So there are two different sized snaps in here. And with the boom mic, I actually, on the side of the boom mic, I put it into the top side of this snap. That looks much better. And let's see on this end. Yeah, I also put it in the top. Yep. Maybe there's a different size for a different shell or something like that, or a different interior, because the shell size is the same for both of them, for the XXL and XL, and I think maybe L as well. So just putting that back in there. All right, so that's it. Then I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to turn it on the assumption that it's, there we go, sound coming out. Yep, activation required. Wants me to do things in the Cardo app. Now, let me put this on my head. Now there's some flaps, some fabric flaps that go inside of this liner. Yeah, so you have to put it in always into the top of the holes of the snaps in here, on the sides of the helmet. So, without attaching the helmet, just putting it on my head. Yeah, that feels fine. I don't feel the... Cool. Sounds good. Yep, that's it. Normally I would wear this, of course, with a balaclava or a headscarf or something like that. But everything fits seemingly fine. I can close. Yep, there we go. So now I can just pull the tab. There's a pull tab out here. Okay, so the problem now is that the front of the helmet liner needs to connect better. And I guess there's no snaps on here. So I just need to make sure that this is connected in a more positive way. So to show you, here, need to slide it on this side and on that side. And oh, is it? Ah, yes, and in the center as well. Right. So that appears to be a positive lock across all three sides. Now the helmet liner should not come out anymore. All right, that's it. Now, where does this go? This feels like it should go somewhere here, yeah? Looks like that's the correct size of it. Okay, I don't expect this to actually work well, but let's see if there is a way to use just the clamp. Because there is space between this and the helmet shell, but the distance here, so on a full face helmet, this distance here would be quite narrow. Here it looks like, if I put this all the way back, now, yeah, this would not work. So I am going to put this like this. Let's get this clamp off. There is a tab that you pull here. So We do it like this. We slide the two unequal length holders inside here like that, so it's a positive lock. Now I can put it on here. There you go. So this will not impede the opening or closing. It will not impede anything else. Maybe even could even put it like this, where the emergency to pull cheek pad sticker is. I'm sure that Cardo and LS2 would say, and the law would say, don't hide or obscure that, but I could put it on here, and that would glue on here and it would stick pretty well. So that is it, and that is how to install a Packtalk Neo inside this pretty awesome LS2 Advant X Carbon helmet. I've been Andre, thank you very much.